Go now to Josh Shadorowitz. He is in Seminole Heights, checking out what people up there are dealing with at this point. Josh.
Hey, Allison, Reg. So yeah, we moved further north. We were in Apollo Beach earlier here. But for those familiar with the crossroads, this is like Hillsborough Avenue, Nebraska Avenue, this neighborhood. And I'll tell you what, they have got some massively old trees in here, which we know were so susceptible to those winds. And take a look at what one of them did here. This is a house that has been crushed by one of those old trees that as it came down, it looks like it also brought down some power lines here. We're on 11th Street again, 11th Street just off Hillsborough Avenue here in Seminole Heights. Now, talking to some neighbors, I'm not seeing the residents here. Apparently they're not here right now, but some neighbors telling me that it was a man and his girlfriend and their cat who lived here. They were out here earlier. They saw them looking at the damage, so it doesn't sound like they were hurt. However, I was getting some conflicting reports from neighbors. They don't know if they were actually in the house when it happened or whether or not they bailed last minute to go to a shelter. But the woman living across the street here said that at last check, when she had left to go to a shelter, she knew that they were still staying here. So unclear if they were actually here when this tree came down. But it's sounding like they were up and walking around assessing the damage before we were able to get here and see them, and it sounds like they weren't hurt. Hopefully not, but talk about some massive damage here, and this is one of many of these large old trees that came down. Walk with me here, and we'll walk down because there have been, because of the amount of tree damage here, a lot of neighbors already out here picking up, cutting up, trying to clear it out of the roads, which of course has been a massive undertaking for so many of you already here today, as I can imagine. You can see the size. I mean, when you talk about the work that it takes to get some of these cleaned up, the size of some of these branches that were being chopped up here. And I want to talk to Tony over here. Tony, how are you, sir?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is your house, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's good.
It's good.
It's
Everything's
good.
fine.
You were worried about this massive oak. Luckily, that didn't fall, right?
Yeah, I've lived here for 30 years. I got these two, and I actually have one growing over my house, so that was my main concern.
Luckily, none of that fell, but still plenty to pick up. How long have you been out here doing this today?
Ever since we actually stayed at my brother-in-law's house last night, but we've been probably out here 2 or 3 hours already.
Okay.
So.
And you still got a little bit more left to do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've actually got a big pile back there that we got to finish.
Okay. Now, Allison, Reg, if you're listening here, and Tony had a good question when we came up here earlier, and I apologize because I know I caught you a few minutes ago in my ear. I heard you talking about brush sites across the area, but Tony wanted to know, okay, now that they've got all this cut up, you piled it here, you asked me.
If it's something that the city's going to take care of, because I got a big pile there, big pile there. We have our neighbors that are piling all their stuff up there. We really don't know what to do with it, so.
Okay, so Allison, Reg, I don't know if you can help me answer that. Is there a place they got to take, or is it going to come get picked up?
We're going to help you out. Whatever debris he can fit into his city garbage container, put it there before
okay.
So put it out on the
Whatever
side.
debris that you can fit in the garbage container, put it there.
But there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 sites because a lot of that I see, he's got a lot of debris.
Yeah, he's got big branches.
He needs somebody with a truck. He needs somebody to help him out. There are 5 locations, brush site locations, that he can take all of that. And we're going to put those up on our website for you because we could list them all out for you, but it doesn't look like he's got a pen and a piece of paper with him standing there as he's cleaning up that debris. So let him know that there are sanitation sites that he can go to.
Okay, so Allison, what I'll do when we get off the air here, I'll bring up our website. I'll go over with Tony. There's several sites across the area that you can take it to if you can find someone with a truck or get them to hauled over there. So again, a lot of people like Tony out here today who are trying to figure this out, who are trying to clean up, who are trying to assess the damage. We're here. We're trying to help you as best we can. I know one of the other big questions that I've gotten here throughout the day is road closures. I've been trying to get in touch with Hillsborough Emergency Office Center here, trying to figure out which roads are still a problem, because I know that we were told earlier that for the most part the county roads are passable, they are accessible. Here's a helpful hint. You might want to try it out. They actually tweeted me back and they said that they recommended using an app called Waze, W-A-Z-E. It's like a Google Maps GPS type app. And because they said while they are still working to key in specifically on which roads are closed as soon as possible, what this app does, and I'll bring it up for you here so you can kind of see, what it looks like. What this app does is it takes in data. The county can enter in data if they're a user on it, but it also takes in user updates from whoever's using the app. So it sort of acts as almost near as real time as you can, and it looks very much like any other GPS app that you would find. And so if you're trying to go out, you don't have power, maybe you're looking for, and I'm sorry, Angela, were you zooming in on that? If you were trying to find maybe a place, a bite to eat because you don't have power, you're trying to map it out, figure out, all right, is the road I'm going to hit there closed or not? Try using the WAZE Waze app, and maybe that'll give you a better idea, at least for now, until we can get a better handle on which county roads are still closed. Because, of course, Tony's going to be, I'm assuming, hauling some of this himself here pretty soon to try to get it to one of those brush sites. So that is the situation here in Seminole Heights. Again, that house there was probably the most serious damage that we saw with that tree down on it, but it sounded like no one was seriously hurt. And for now, just a massive cleanup underway, and we're going to try to help you and give you the best resources that we can to make sure that you can get it accomplished. Back to you guys.
Josh, I don't know if you can still hear me, but I just sent you an email that you can share with him that has all those sites on it, and there's a woman behind you that's got a whole lot of debris in her yard too. You can let her know where she can take that stuff too. She was back there with all those branches. She was throwing those in her yard too.
Yeah, we're going to go through. We'll talk to them. Thank you so much. I will share all those with them, and we'll help them get to where it needs to go. That's what we're here for.
Yes,
Send it back to you guys.
All right, Josh, thanks. We know a lot of you are dealing without power. We just talked with someone from Duke Energy. We've talked with someone from TECO as well, as where everybody is working really hard to get you that AC back.
They've got
we know you want that AC
They've got
back.
the manpower. They have planned ahead. TECO as well as Duke. They planned ahead. They understand the numbers that they're dealing with. They understand the certain. There are still some pockets. I just got an email from a friend. He's in Clearwater. He's still got power.
Some people do, some people don't.
Some
That's
people
just how
don't,
this
but
happens. We're going to go back to Josh Shadorowitz. He's at Hillsborough and North Central Avenue in Tampa at a gas station. Josh, you found us some gas.
Hey, add this to your hashtag Open Now list here. Some good news, bad news. We found gas. The bad news, well, causing quite a traffic jam. You're going to have to wait to get it. We are at Hillsborough and North Central here in Tampa. This is the mobile gas station. And apparently word is out because, man, oh man, we were leaving ourselves from our other live location to get gas where we could find it. We happened to come across this, and it is a madhouse. But if you want to walk through here, Angela, you want to follow me? Police are directing here. We've got police out in the streets directing, and then, well, there were deputies out here. We had several deputies kind of in the area here who were trying to get people in and out as orderly as possible, making sure that everyone was, you know, trying to move in and out because they obviously don't want people waiting here and holding up traffic. I was told that they are accepting both cash and card here, so that's good news as well. They've also obviously got the rest of the inside open. We talked to one couple who they pulled up here, peeped into their car. They said that their needle was on empty, but the gauge literally said 0 miles till empty, so they were running on fumes here. I want to talk to Ken. Ken's also waiting in line here. Ken, you got about, what, a quarter maybe of a tank left?
Not even. I got less than a quarter, just over an 8, but
okay.
I'm just really glad to be here.
Yeah, you said you were driving around a long time.
Yeah, I was driving around for a couple hours trying to find gas, so I started with just less than a half tank, and now I'm down below a quarter. So I probably went by about 50 gas stations and never found one that was open. Mm-hmm. And what was really odd about it is there was cars parked in front of the tanks, but the tanks were closed.
Faking you out?
So they were faking me out.
Well, let me recommend, if you're on Twitter, hashtag Open Now. We're compiling all of the open gas stations. So tell your friends. Tell your friends. And in the meantime, move up, Ken. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so there you go. Ken, we don't want you to be a Ken and driving around wasting your gas trying to find it. So that's why we're trying to find as much of these as we can, do the legwork for you, post them using that hashtag Open Now. If you come across it, I've tweeted out this one, tweeted out a couple others, please put that out there. We're compiling the list on WTSP.com and our 10 News app, and you can see people who are also, I talked to this woman, she said they're filling up their car. They got about a half a tank, but they were also trying to fill up for their generator as well, because you can imagine with so many power outages here across the area, a lot of people are going to be relying on those generators here for a while until they can restore it. So
They're out of power.
you're out of power, right? So you need this generator.
Yes, we do.
Okay, and how well is the generator at this point? Is it getting low?
It's okay. It's not. Well, he hasn't paid yet, so
Okay.
it's okay.
How long were you driving around trying to find stuff?
Nothing. We used the gas buddy, and so we just headed straight down Sly Avenue to Central and saw the mess and just got in line.
Okay. And luckily,
At least it's somewhat organized.
yeah. Is it a relief to see this?
A little, yeah. It gets kind of nerve-wracking when you're like, okay, Tico says they're going to get the power on as soon as they can, and I know they're working as hard as they can, but we got two little ones that don't quite understand exactly what's happening, so, yeah.
Got to keep them occupied, right?
Oh, yeah. Sparkle was our friend last night.
All right, well, I'm glad you found this. Good luck,
you.
fill up.
Thank you.
And then they're trying to keep it moving here, so we're glad that you found some here. And a lot of other people finding that stuff here as well. We've got a line, so they're trying to keep traffic moving as quickly as it can. Hi, sir. So this is the latest update here. Again, the mobile station, Hillsboro and North Central here in Tampa, open for business. Look on my Twitter, look on 10 News WTSP's Twitter, hashtag open now. We're adding to it there. We want you to add to it. We want to get you through this. We know that you want to get back to normal as quickly as you can, and we want to help you do that. All right, live in Tampa, Josh Sidorowitz, 10 News, back to you guys.
All right, Josh, be checking that hashtag. We want to go now. We're going to go to Josh Sidorowitz in Tampa at a gas station. He was there before, and there was a lot of gas, and there was a very long line, Josh. How's it look now?
There was a lot of gas. There's a very long line. There is still a long line, but I can't say the same about the gas, guys. What we talked to you about an hour ago, how quickly tides can turn and tensions can rise here. And perhaps this is to be expected, but you still don't want to see it. So yeah, we were telling you, this is the mobile station here on North Central and Hillsboro here in Tampa. We know that they opened up not too long ago. We actually happened upon it by accident, and it's one of the few places, as you well know, that has gas here. That said, they're very quickly running out. You can see we've got police officers. There's a Tampa officer right there. There's about 5 of them around here who have been trying to keep the peace because we've already seen some pumps shut down. There's one right over here that already says sorry, out of service. I think there's only one fuel grade octane choice left now that people can choose from. They've actually turned off the sign over here. Talking to one of the police officers on scene, he said that they've had to monitor, they've had a handful of people actually fighting out here. That's not what we want to see, guys. Clearly the line is still very long. People are still trying to get in. The people here who own this gas station don't honestly know how much longer it's going to last, but they know it's not going to be very much longer at all. So I'm not sure if many of these people who are still over here in line on Hillsboro Avenue are actually going to be able to get something once they finally get up here. We've been trying to help you out as best we can. I tweeted out hashtag open now. That's what we're doing here. When we found this, to let people know we're trying to help you out. We know that you guys want to get things back to normal as quickly as you can, and that's why for the many people who we spoke to who were here in line, many of them with their gas tanks on E, there was a great sense of relief. We get it. What I will say, just from my observations, what I'm seeing here, people fighting, my little PSA. If you don't have to still be out here today, I know you want to get things back to normal. You're getting stir crazy. But if you don't have to be, these police officers recommend don't.
Josh Sidorowitz, he is in Tampa. He's at a Wawa, and we have been going down the
Wawa,
list, and
Wawa's
they seem to have some
sitting
gas.
real
so,
good right now.
Josh, you got some good news for us?
I'm on Pump Patrol. I got some great news. Yeah, we sent out that alert maybe about 2 hours ago on the 10 News app saying that there were 6 Wawas across the area open. Good news. 2 hours later, it's still open. They're still pumping gas. This is the one here in Tampa on the Dale Mabry Highway here. Again, one of 6. If you got the 10 News app, pull that up. We listed all the locations there. Wawas are in a good position in terms of gas supply, and there are a ton of people that have been coming in and out here, filling up. Again, this is the one in Tampa, Dale Mabry here. But it is hit or miss. We've been trying to tell you as best we can with that hashtag open now and the running list on WTSP.com where you can find gas if it's available. And also, too, if you don't have to be out, maybe if you can go another day without any gas, it might be best if you want to try to avoid what we've been seeing, either long lines. It's actually not too bad right now. How's it going, sir? Or in some other cases, like that last gas station we were at over on the other side of Tampa at that Mobile, people were in line and they closed up. They ran out. We don't want you to get in that position. So there are some options. You can come check them out. People here are definitely, I think, in a much better mood than that other gas station that we were at. I think just because of the fact that there's probably a much better supply here. It's also, what time is it? It's after 5 o'clock, right? Oh, it's almost 6 o'clock. So it's getting to dinner time, and many of you are without power, right? You're getting a little hungry, I imagine. Well, of course, Wawa, they got hot food in here too. And this place inside, we can't go inside, but I just walked in there a little bit. The place is hot, but it's packed, as you can imagine. So people filling up their stomachs as well, getting a hot meal. You can do that here. Also worth pointing out too, I'll kind of pump up our 10 News app as well. We sent it out. I think it's on Facebook too. We've got a running list of places if you're hungry to eat by city as well that you can go check out. We were talking to one guy who was here looking. He's like, I don't know if I want the food here in Wawa, though it's not that bad at all. But we say, well, hey, check out the list we got. And sure enough, he found something that he liked and took off. So we got a lot of people just hanging out here. They're mostly here because you guys don't have power, right?
No, we do not have power.
No. So
No.
you're just kind of, killing some time here?
Yeah, catching up on emails, getting some work done, so.
You got Wi-Fi too?
Yep, we got Wi-Fi.
All right.
Yep, we're good to
Get
go.
something to eat?
Later. Yeah.
This ain't a bad setup. Look at this. He's got his laptop. He's got his iPad. You got two phones?
Got 2 phones connected, so we're good to go here.
All right. And what's your name? I'm sorry. I'm Josh.
Name is Joe.
Joe. Nice to. All right. Well, Joe's got the setup here. So there you go. You can come get some gas, kill some time here. I got some people over here. You guys were saying, and we've heard this from a lot of people, 2+ days of storm coverage. You were getting a little stir crazy.
I was really starting to climb up the walls, so we started to get some friends together and just kind of hang out and weather the storm together,
Yeah. And now that it's passed, just maybe getting, what do you guys got?
We've got some coffee, half hot chocolate, half coffee. It's the way to go,
How you guys feeling?
Well, tired, bored,
Amen. Preach.
you know?
Feel you.
The only thing we really got right now is some Wawas and coffee and music, so
Yeah.
just kind of making time pass.
As far as where you guys live, any damage there to your homes, or are they all good?
Nothing. No, I just hung out at the friend's house. He's actually over there by the airport, so a good portion of the time we just had power and was hanging out over there. But, like you're saying, it gets kind of stir crazy, so. Wawas it is.
Wawas it is. Wawas when all else fails. Hey, I'm going to come over to you. How you doing? Here, real quick. You okay?
Yes. Can you please tell Tico to come and turn our power?
Hey, you know what? We've been talking about it, and you'll hear it from Reggie Roundtree here. They have got an army of people, and I'm glad she brought that up. An army. They brought people in from out of state. They're working as quickly as they can. So while you guys come, fill up some gas, get a hot meal, hopefully sooner rather than later. We're all working hard. We weathered the storm. We're going to weather the aftermath, guys. For now, we are live here in Tampa outside of Hoppin' Wawa's. Josh Snor with 10 News. Back to you guys.
If we could send somebody to your house to
Yeah.
get your power back on, we promised we would do it.
Yeah, Josh, tell them to ask for Allison.